For bangthebook.com, this is Kyle Hunter. It's Thursday, February 7th. We're going to take a look at the college basketball slate for Thursday's action. Switch this up a little bit here. We were doing the sharp money reports on Wednesday and then doing a Friday video for a preview of college basketball for the weekend. It's just not that much lead time on the videos for the sharp money reports. I certainly think that some people enjoy getting those, and it's type of information that I can share sometimes on Twitter and put it out there. But it's hard to have much lead time on those, especially with everything else I have going on. Speaking of which, one is the college basketball daily free picks article on bangthebook.com. It's gone really well here of late. Really, it's been a great season so far. I appreciate everybody following along. I've gotten quite a few messages. We sure appreciate everybody sharing that on Twitter, liking, retweeting, things like that. Much appreciated. We'll try to keep it going, and that's all I can do. 44-26 so far this year on the college basketball free picks. Been doing a lot of first half stuff, some sides, some totals, some way under the radar games, some Big Ten, SEC games. We do a little bit of everything there. So check out that daily article at bangthebook.com. And tune in for these videos. I'll be doing this one now on Wednesday for Thursday's college basketball action. Then I'll be doing one on Friday for Saturday's college basketball action. If you haven't already been doing so, I suggest you start listening to Bang the Book Radio, hosted by Adam Burke. Great show every day. Lots of good guests. I know that a lot of people get a lot out of that show, and if you aren't already listening to that, certainly suggest you start doing that. So tune in to Bang the Book Radio every single day with Adam Burke. Also, subscribe here on YouTube, like, share. Everything that you do here on YouTube encourages us to do more videos like this. So be sure to do that here. Subscribe to Bang the Book on YouTube as well. Let's get to Thursday's college basketball slate here. I'm going to look down the card, talk about some games that are big name games, some games that are not as big. First of all, I think there's not really a marquee game on this slate. It is, a slate where you've got quite a few good mid-major games. I know a lot of people don't say mid-major as much, but it's still mid-major to me. They're smaller schools. The game I love here for Thursday night, Wofford and East Tennessee State. Wofford is unbeaten in the league. This is the best team in the league. I mean, they're the favorite to get out of this conference as far as getting to the big dance. But East Tennessee State's a really good team. Very well coached, good defense, forced turnovers, rebound extremely well. I think if we can get some points here with East Tennessee State, if you get a +2, +2.5, I don't know if we will. I think it'll be, pick or something like that. But if you can get some points with East Tennessee State, or maybe take money line plus money, I think it could be a good look here. Wofford's going to lose one of these games, I would think. I'd be surprised if this team goes straight through the SoCon undefeated. Certainly they're capable of doing it. I'm just saying I think that they'll have a slip-up at some point here. I think this could be the spot, so I like East Tennessee State at least some in this spot. Washington and Arizona. Here's a fascinating game as well. Can Arizona get their season turned around? Look, I mean, Arizona needs to do something if they want to be part of the NCAA tournament bubble talk even. The Pac-12 is so weak this year. Washington's been the one consistent team in this league. Really like what Hopkins is doing with this team. Matchup zone, using that, extending out the zone, making it hard to shoot the three-pointers. They've got the length on the inside. They've got the guards on the outside that can get the steals and get a quick score the other way. Arizona, let's look at the numbers here. How have they done against zone defenses so far this year? That's the key here, because you know what they're going to be playing. They're going to be playing a zone here. Washington's going to be playing the zone. Arizona's going to be playing against it. How bad are they against that? Well, they rate in the 78th percentile, according to Synergy Sports, in offensive efficiency against man-to-man defense. What about zone? The 14th percentile. I've really, really struggled against zone so far this year. Washington are under, in my opinion, in this game. Those are my two leans in this one, but certainly drastic split there from man-to-man versus zone defense. Now they play a great zone defense in Washington. Tough spot here for Arizona. Belmont and Eastern Kentucky. I like this game. I like fast-paced basketball. First meeting was 88 possessions. If you like fast-paced basketball, a lot of scoring, It was 109-93 in that game. This is your type of game if you like that. They're going to be playing extremely fast again. Eastern Kentucky coming off a double overtime loss. Don't think this is really an ideal spot for them. I mean, usually you'd think they try to get some revenge at home, but they're coming off a double overtime loss to a team that they should have beaten, SIU Edwardsville. Now they come home. Belmont starting a 4-game road trip here. Curious to see what this line will be, and heads up for this total. This is going to be a really, really high posted total. I would not want to take the under, though. Old Dominion UAB. UAB off back-to-back losses to MTSU. Look, I say this almost every time here on the video, and I think everybody is. I've had several people reach out to me. I think everybody is understanding at this point. I don't know what Conference USA is doing with their scheduling this year. It's crazy. I know that they wanted to change it up, kind of reseed things. We'll see how it works out for Conference USA. But, playing these back-to-back games like UAB just did against MTSU, I just don't see that as a very good solution in the long term. A lot of teams have been playing on disadvantage as far as rest to other teams. Really like to see it even when they play each other. Of course, from a handicapper standpoint and a bettor standpoint, you like when somebody has an edge. So, from that standpoint, I guess we shouldn't complain. UAB, I still think they're a capable team. Old Dominion has lost 3 times in Conference USA. They've slipped up on the road to a couple teams that they should not have lost to. I think this is a dangerous spot for them here with UAB coming off those back-to-back losses. UAB has been a pretty good program the last couple of years. Old Dominion better not overlook this game. SIU, Edwardsville, and Austin Peay. So we go back to the OVC. You guys know I love talking about under-the-radar games. Here we are again. SIU, Edwardsville has played 5 overtime games in their last 4 5 overtimes, I should say, in their last 4 games. They've had some multiple overtime games in there. Coming off that double OT win over Eastern Kentucky. Austin Peay, what about them? They're coming off a big road win at Jacksonville State. Look, Austin Peay is tied for the lead in the Ohio Valley Conference. This is not a team that was expected to be tied for the lead. Everybody's talking about, hey, Belmont, Jacksonville State, Murray State. Look where Austin Peay is. They're up there with them. I could not take the points with SIU Edwardsville here off that double overtime game. Not a very deep team. I don't think Edwardsville is really that good either. Austin Peay has been pretty solid. They haven't really had letdowns in spots that look like letdown spots. This could be a letdown spot for them. They're coming off a Jacksonville State win. I think they win this game. The question is, how much do they win by? Wouldn't want to lay a huge margin here, but I certainly don't want to take SIU Edwardsville. You could say that both teams are not in a great spot in this game. FIU and UTSA. UTSA, the Roadrunners, coming off 3 really draining games. First was their win at home against Old Dominion. They were down by 17 points with less than 4 minutes left. You don't see that very often. Then they had 2 overtime games in a row. At Western Kentucky, in overtime, a loss. At Marshall, a really high-scoring overtime win. Big win for that UTSA program. I think this is a bad spot for UTSA. I really like their team. To be honest, I don't really love fading them. But my lean here is certainly FIU. FIU not coming in off all those overtime games and draining contests. This is an FIU team that is certainly capable. They play up-tempo. Both teams are very happy to be running. This is going to be a very fast-paced game. To me, though, too big of a situational edge for FIU. That is certainly my lean in this one. We'll see how many points FIU is catching, but I lean toward FIU in the points here. Final game I want to talk about here, Elon and Hofstra. Hofstra just lost at Northeastern, a game that we talked about here on the video last weekend. So I hope some of you were able to cash in on Northeastern beating Hofstra in that game. Does Hofstra get right back on track, or do they look ahead to William and Mary? William and Mary and them have had some pretty epic games. Triple overtime earlier this year where Hofstra just barely got away with the win. Big rivalry game there. Elon playing somewhat better. You could say that this is a good bounce back spot for Hofstra, but I don't know how fired up they are to play against Elon. To me, I think this is an Elon plus the points or a pass. How many points are they going to get? If you can get 19, 20 points with Elon, maybe worth a small play there on Elon. The Phoenix have been playing somewhat better of late. And like I said, I'm not sure Hofstra is really in a kill spot here where they really want to beat down the other team. So there's a look at Thursday, February 7th, stuff for college basketball. We'll be back again. I'll be back again on Friday for Saturday's slate. Be sure to follow me at Kyle Hunter Picks on Twitter. Also follow at Bang the Book on Twitter. And like I said, subscribe to Bang the Book on YouTube. Like and share this. Certainly appreciate all those. Hope everybody has a good rest of the week, and I will see you again on Friday.